Welcome to 3-Word Story. I'm James.
I'm Dylan.
And this is the podcast where we take 3 words from the app.
What 3 words?
And improv the shit out of a story.
Today on 3-Word Story. That's my best attempt at a Kiwi accent, but anyway. Well, fuck off. Shut up, James. Because Dylan could not. That is the origin story of Elton John.
Snopp dog. As in SNO double P. You're probably thinking, James!
No.
Oh yeah, Dylan. Here we go, yes. Welcome to 3-Word Story. It's James and Dylan.
Wonderful.
It's still phase. James and Dylan. How are you? This fine Tuesday with
It's
a
a
question
Tuesday.
mark. Yeah. We've done 2 in quick succession for the first time ever because we're so inconsistent. We need to buck these up. How have you been? What the fluff have you been up to?
Yeah. As always, I don't think my stories are that interesting, but over the weekend I did a 5-kilometer road race.
Really? Did you? And how did that go for you? What was your time for the listeners out there?
It was 25:17, which was kind of under target. Like I figured if I could just beat or come in under 30 minutes for the 5-kilometer, I'd be happy. And I did. So now we kind of build on that because, I don't know, James. Potentially end of January, we might just do the Spartan race and
because we can barely do a 5K, so why not try and attempt a 20-kilometer
Yeah, just to fuck up the knees
course.
and the joints, just for the
Why
shits and
the
giggles.
fuck not? Well, congratulations to them for getting up for this one, because I believe you had a race recently that you completely failed to attend in its entirety.
Yes.
And how did that go for you?
Well, for me, it went great because I slept through the whole thing. I was supposed to, so I was supposed to be up at a certain time, and when normally I can feel myself rolling around, or like when you, like when your body's clock wakes you up at a certain time, and normally this is before 6, right? For me at least. And that night, that was not the case. I woke up at 8, and I knew because the sun was shining on my face, and I was like, "Yeah, that's not 6 o'clock. That's probably around 8:30 ish." And yes,
And lo and behold, it was.
Yeah.
Because I saw pictures, and it was one of like the highest attended races in Dubai's history. It was like 8% of the population managed to get off their fucking ass and run a race, and you're the one dickhead
who committed to doing it, who actually trained somewhat for this event and then just never showed up.
And there were so many people there. I was like, wow, Dylan must be really enjoying this. No, he's snoozing along in bed.
And I didn't bring it up to anyone because I didn't want to tell them, like, oh, Dylan, there were so many people. I probably missed you. And then I was like, yeah, you did.
Yeah. I was the one in the green shirt. Yeah, there was like hundreds of thousands of them. Yeah. I was one of the guys in the green shirt. That was me. I was definitely.
I totally ran it.
So what did you do with the rest of your day instead of going for a run with over 200,000 people?
I slept in even further.
Nice.
Had myself a breakfast and then proceeded to run a 10-kilometer.
So you were the only dickhead in the city who was running at a different time. I guarantee you, anyone who wanted to run or runs at all ran
that race.
Not one other person in the city is going to go, I'm going to go for a second run, or all of a sudden decide to run for the first time ever. So you would have been the only other person who would have ran. So there would have been people having their coffees and whatnot, watching you and thinking, that prick fell asleep. That prick.
That's probably what it is.
So, not so super successful for you then. Well, I also found out that I was pretty shit at something, Dylan. We did some painting last night. Some acrylic paints. And
but then yet again, how many people are actually good at painting? In all honesty,
it's
right?
A fair point.
So Ali, I can 100% understand. Like, she's quite good at it, but I think for the most part, people are probably shit at painting.
Well, so the main thing is to be good at most things.
You have to do them.
You have to do them.
Yeah.
A fair bit. Like, you have to get better at them. And I've always just said to myself, well, I'm more autistic than artistic, so I'm just going to have to basically admit that I'm not going to be able to paint or draw. But I've never really tried. Oh, shit, wrong one, sorry. There we go.
You should play that sound after you just played that song, because I'm not too sure if that was that good.
There we go. That was for me being shit at art. I should have done that for your race. Should have done that when you didn't work. God, I really fucked that up. You can tell that was a last second addition to the board. So, yeah, I went on YouTube, got myself a tutorial, and thought, I'll let someone walk my hand through this. Okay. And essentially, it was a good tutorial. You have like the canvas in front of you, and you put your little dollops of paint out, and it was just like black, white, yellow, red, blue. Your primary colors, right? And it would just show this dude mix a couple of different colors really quickly, put them together, and just a little mix, and then produces a color. I go, I'm going to study exactly how he does this. So I went back and forth a few times.
To get to a certain shade of, or
like,
a certain
how much
color.
did he take?
Yeah, okay.
My fucking color didn't look any. It was like I'd just taken.
All of them were shit brown color.
No, I wanted shit brown, Dylan. It was a wooded area. Shit brown would have been fantastic.
Wooded area. It was just a toilet.
Anything, Dylan. Okay. Anything would have been better. I've taken that amount, exactly how he was. Why? Like, I know the actual painting part is down to skill. I get it. Fair enough. But I can't even fucking mix colours properly. Am I colourblind?
It was brown and brown.
I just mix a load of browns together. I'm just so artistically demented that I can't even get it together to mix some fucking colours. Like, I'm sure they get The Apprentice to mix the colour. I'm sure they get any old spaz off the fucking street.
What do you get when you mix red and blue? Brown.
Me? Brown. Damn it. We've merrily found out that we were both pretty shit at things over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, but then I also feel like running is a bit more common, I feel, as opposed to painting. Like, I mean, anybody that has legs and tries to be somewhat active, they probably run.
That's fair, but you can just sit on your ass and paint. I just think people believe that you must be good at it immediately, and if you're not, you're screwed, which is what I believe. But actually, watch this space, ladies and gentlemen, because I thought, fuck this. I don't like being bad at things. I, James Royle, will become better at painting. You've heard it here first. And we're going to do that Spartan race together. You heard that second, because you've already heard that. So you've technically heard that second today. All right? So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to paint a fucking picture, and we're going to do a Spartan race. Yeah.
I just wanted to say, please don't do the wall.
No, this is successful funk, you know? Or
successful funk.
Or there we go. There we go. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do the Spartan race. I'm going to paint a fucking picture, and you're going to be able to get up in the morning. Capiche?
Yeah, capiche.
Yeah, capiche. So for this one, Dylan, we're going to find a place where you would hide a Horcrux. And for those at home, or in your workplace, or in the toilet. I had to have a long discussion with Dylan after the last one to explain that it was not a whore in a difficult position. Yes. A crux being something that's hard to do, and a whore, as you know, Dylan, is a lady of the night. So I had to explain, no, it's not a whore in a difficult position, and what you would hide inside her. It was a very painful discussion, and I wish we never had it. So a Horcrux is a Harry Potter magical thing, I guess, where Lordy Voldemorty, he cuts his soul into 7 plate things, like puts them in trinkets, so he could put them in this monster can, per example, and he could hide it in Uranus, thinking no one will ever go inside Dylan's anus to find it. And then obviously I would go, look, Lordy Voldemorty, maybe you can't be certain, right? No one can be certain. Yeah. So he may do that. He may hide it there for a place where no one ever goes. So then no one can crush his soul and damage his soul. So essentially, the name of the game here, put it in something and then hide it somewhere where no one will go to destroy a part of your tight little soul.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
So Dylan, where would you hide your tight little soul? And why?
So, my train of thought was, you know what? We're going to hide it in plain sight.
Okay.
So whatever I just you
Where you gonna
literally
pick the
did the
most-
opposite. Where no one can find it. Yeah, it's like that. Put it right in front of that person. No.
Okay.
No,
right.
no. So,
Look,
so
look,
reason there.
I'll let you lead the. Let's see where we're going to go with this.
Yeah,
Right? Okay.
So I figured hide it in plain sight. So I'm not going to pick the deepest trench in the world. I mean,
Uranus.
No, as you explained the previous time, the Mariana Trench. Well, what was that?
Challenger Deep.
Deep.
That was Challenger Deep. Wow.
So
well
no, it's
remembered.
not quite there. But I figured, you know what? I'm going to hide it in a pebble.
Okay. So we're going
Right.
for a pebble.
Going for a pebble, but we are going to place that pebble amongst all the other pebbles.
Okay. Right. Fair enough.
So
Okay, all right.
I figured let's go to, I think it's pronounced Chesil Beach
Chesil Beach.
in,
Chesil Beach.
yeah, it's your neck of the woods in the UK somewhere.
It's my. I thought it was Chesil Beach. Is of course in. Oh, it's done it to Castle Beach. Why Chesil Beach? Have you been to Chesil Beach?
No, but apparently it's got like that stretch of beach is like 29 miles of only pebbles.
Okay, so you don't know where the fuck it is, but you know specifically about the amount of miles.
Yes,
it is.
or no, I can actually zoom into it on a map. I just can't remember what the English fucking...
Dorset. So Chesil Beach in Dorset, England, is one of 3 major shingle beach structures in Britain. Its name is derived from the word Chesil, meaning gravel. Fantastic stuff. So you would be a pebble in plain sight in Chesil Beach.
Yes.
Now, I'm thinking, many people go to Chesil Beach, go to Dorset, go to those areas. Very sunny, right?
Yeah.
Kids are playing. Sometimes you see a pebble and you think, hey, I want a little keepsake.
Yeah, but yes.
What happens if they pick your soul up?
I've thought about it, but I mean, as long as it's not Lord Voldemort, then I think I'm good, right?
Who knows? But maybe they accidentally crack the pebble. Maybe they go home and they're throwing it against a wall for the lols.
Yeah, but that's also I heard it can't be damaged. So I read online that it can't be. Yeah, it can't be damaged. So I figured, well, it's a fucking pebble. So I thought, well, at least the exterior should be hard enough. It's not like I'm picking glass.
Okay, but the other thing would be right. So Harry, who's trying to find them, basically anyone who's I think a little bit evil, a little bit whatever, they can hear it.
Oh shit!
So let's just say Lord Voldemort, he's feeling, like if I could see Lord Voldemort.
Fine,
on a
James, I'll
dating
pick a
website-
new location
and a new story.
And a
fuck
new
you.
story.
I'm
Damn
just
it.
saying, like if I was going to see Lord Voldemort on Tinder, I can imagine it would be like enjoys long walks on the beach kind of thing. Loves slaying children and long walks on the beach.
On
so
the rocky beach.
He
yeah.
made them just hear.
You see, I didn't know they could hear them. I just figured, okay. But then also, what is he going to pick up each one and then kind of just shake them?
I would love to see a noseless man on the beach just picking up pebbles and just sticking them to it. What the fuck is this? As Voldemort said. So Chesil Beach, random pebble, in the hope that a child doesn't pick it up or Lord Voldemort doesn't go for a long stroll on the beach on a date. What 3 words did it get you, Dylan?
Pianist,
Yes?
nudge, and prefer.
This is some nice 3 words you got there. So pianist, not pianist or pianist?
No, not penis.
Pianist.
Pianist.
Pianist, yeah.
Pianist
And
nudge, prefer.
okay. Tasty. Well, we'll see where that takes us. Maybe it'll take us back to Chesil Beach. Who knows? So, Dylan, my 3 words. Now, I wanted to go remote. I wanted to go really remote. Okay. So, I didn't necessarily think that Voldo will be coming to get me. I thought maybe that anyone who has it out to get me may want to come get me. So, I thought the first point, I want it to be remote, and I want, like, let's say if you wanted to come murder my soul in many pieces, then you have a pretty shitty passport, right? So it's difficult for you to get places. So if it's like a British territory, you may have to then jump through some hoops. So I thought that's one way, right? So if you're going to try and murder me, at least I have the time for you to get a visa to sort it out. So that's good. That's one step. So I went to the South Pacific. right? I went, first of all, just cheeky Google and went to some of the most remote places on Earth. And I found myself in a little tiny small cluster of islands called the Pitcairn Islands in the South Pacific. I say South Pacific, I really mean the buttfuck of nowhere. They are absolute. They're even like
it's like almost like Point Nemo.
Yes, basically. Like if Fiji would go, these guys are in the buttfuck of nowhere.
Oh wow! Okay,
even they'd be like,
fair.
wow, you're really going out into the sticks, because these guys. There's a couple of different islands. One of them, Pitcairn Island, has a population of 35. So we're talking small fry. They have a post office.
Sweet home Alabama.
I mean, you could say that. I did scroll down the Wikipedia, and there was some unpleasant stories coming from this place of men doing just not very nice things.
Oh shit!
Like, what a bunch of cunts! Like, honestly, you fucking go all the way to South Pacific to do not very nice, unpleasant things. Fuck you, basically. But they got found out and they were in prison for many, many years. But we'll keep it jovial and light. So, Pitcairn Island has itself a primary school, has itself a post office, shares 35 people. They're trying to get more people to come to the island.
And what are the incentives?
Well, I admit, Dylan, I'm now making a connection in my head that it was a bit unfortunate. So so some of the crimes that have been accused on this island were of an adult man doing unpleasant things to younger people.
So
on the Pitcairn Island website, it does specifically aim towards families with young kids. So if you're listing there, the Pitcairn Tourism Board or the Pitcairn Up the Population, you got to change your tune, guys. You've got to clean up your image, because if I have found that out, it's not looking good for you.
And this was live. Like, you just...
I mean, I know, and I've just sorted that out for them. So, and I'm sure, look, I'm sure next time I go onto our host website and it shows where people have listened from, I'm sure I'm going to see a little dot in Pitcairn, and they're going to go, yeah, we've got to scrub up our act. If we're going to bring people, we've got to change that around and just say, you know, maybe they can look out for some podcasters. Maybe we can do the next pod from Pitcairn Island. No? Okay, fine. We're not going to do that. So it's not Pitcairn Island itself. I thought 35 people, that's...
Yeah, it's in Australia, Dylan. You know that little dot?
Chesil Beach. I thought, no, 35 people, and a couple of these people are pricks. So I don't want to be on that island.
All right.
But a member of the same cluster of islands is called Henderson Island.
All right.
Now, Henderson Island, I'm just going to show you a quick image there of what Henderson Island looks like.
Okay, yeah. And...
Sweet fuck all. It's just an island with trees, sweet F.A. We've got nothing else going on other than trees. So... It's within it's 700 kilometers away from that island, yet they're still classed as being mates with each other.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
700 kilometers.
Yeah, from that island. So we're talking...
Yeah, that's crazy.
The BF, the beef, but fuck, of nowhere, you know? Henderson Island. So that is where I would put my Horcrux. Bang in the center of that. Now, I didn't actually consider what I would...
what the object would be, but it could just be a tree, right?
I think a landmine.
Oh, there we go.
Just
blow him to shit.
But not an actual, not an actual landmine, but just an object that looks like a landmine that has no coverings. So someone's going to touch it. That would be stupid, right? They'd be like, we'll stay away from that, definitely, because it's a landmine. I doubt they would think too much of why a landmine was bang in the middle of Henderson Island, but who the heck knows?
Yeah.
So that's where I'd put it, right in the middle of there, right on a landmine. And hopefully no one would touch it, because the only people go there... And here's another little sad fact. I'm sorry, I've really fucking brought the tone down. It is considered one of the most... Basically, it's got one of the most plastic per area in the world. So the plastic makes its way around the world and just snags itself on Henderson Island. So some lovely people have actually gone out their way to go to the island to try and clear it up. I mean, that's a lovely thing, but fuck me, surely there's a better way to spend your time. This island is in the middle of nowhere, Dylan, and they have gone there to pick up plastic. Really nice. It's just
No,
There's more important things going on the other island.
Listen, somebody has to be bored.
Yeah, I guess so.
Just be like, what do you feel like doing today? You know what? Let's go.
Oh, let's go litter picking because these guys are from New Zealand. So, let's go litter picking. Oh, where do you want to go, Brian? Oh, fucking Henderson Island. It take us 5 days to get there, Brian. Oh, don't worry about it. We live in New Zealand. Nothing happens ever.
We'll just do a bit of fish. Let's just do a bit of fishing, lads. That's how they sound to me.
Yeah, okay.
That was my best attempt at I had a Kiwi accent, but anyway. Well, fuck off.
So,
all right, yeah.
So I'm on Henderson Island. That gives me winemaking, countrywide, nomads. Now, I know what you're thinking. That seems like many words in one. No, winemaking apparently is one word. Countrywide apparently is another word. And nomads is the third word. That might be confusing in an emergency situation if you say winemaking country and they go, okay, winemaking country. And they're like, we'll pick you up in Buenos Aires. You're like, no, I'm in winemaking countrywide nomads. And they're like, so if you're listening, what 3 words, you may want to think that through. It's winemaking 1 word, countrywide 3 words, and so and so. So
it's just hyphenated.
Yeah, so it might you might end up in wine country.
Wine kind of.
I'm making. I've kind of fucked this up. Where does this take us? This would take us to near Pocking in Bavaria. Literally says near Pocking.
So, yeah, okay, so another near
somewhere.
Yeah,
so it's not anywhere
2 word.
It's nearly there.
Yeah.
It's nearly there. So that's where I ended up in Henderson Island, and that's what my words were. So Dylan, to find out who goes first or who decides who goes first, your favorite game in the whole wide world. What is it again?
It would be shit.
It's your fucking language, mate.
No, it's technically not our language. I don't even know where it comes from, but Ching Chung Chow.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Afrikaans to begin with, but now it's making me feel like it might be. Okay, well, it comes from an innocent place and from an innocent heart.
Yeah,
okay,
there we go.
So, pistol, rabbit,
yes,
and carrot.
Carrot,
yeah,
yes.
So carrot beats pistol.
Yes.
Pistol beats rabbit.
Yes.
Rabbit beats carrot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, go. Because we cannot fucking, for the life of us, say those 3 things in a row. Right?
No, that one.
So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Your rabbit eats my carrot. Oh, we can't bother to do 2 out of 3. Right. So fuck it. Right. So, Dylan, hit us with your drop it down low 3-word story.
Drop it down low with 3-word story.
Pianist, nudge, prefer. Now, to kind of give a bit of a backstory, this refers to, or this story is about a little boy that is just looking. No, let me say this. Little boy looking to kind of just find out what he's good at. That's cool. Like,
okay.
Young boy.
He's trying to find himself.
Find his way. However, his parents, also coming from a place of love, kind of, because the boy is fairly small in stature, would like to kind of nudge him into a certain direction. Okay. Just for his own good and for his own safety.
Okay.
Right. But again, kids will be kids and they do whatever they prefer or what they think is right at that particular point. So, the first thing that the parents suggested when he was still fairly young was he should try orators or I don't want to say public speaking because it's not even that. I'm not sure if you guys had this at school, but it's basically a little like kids doing monologues or like
a debate team kind of thing?
Like a debate team, but they don't debate at that age. But basically they've got this little poem that they might do in front of the whole class or the whole school or whatever it be. So it's basically on a stage and now they've got this little poem that they need to.
Have they made the poem? Did they find the poem?
No, so sometimes the kid writes the poem, and sometimes the parents cheat and write the poem for them.
Nice.
And then yes.
Okay. So it's like, is it like an English class kind of thing?
It's actually something that I fucking used to do, and I just don't know what you guys call it in English, or what you would call it in English, because it's a pretty bizarre idea. It's like, okay, so write a poem and then you will kind of perform that little monologue or poem in front of the whole school. That's how that works.
Okay,
and then
that's good. It gets some confidence out in kids, and it also is a good laugh for the teachers if they completely fuck it up and piss themselves.
Yes, and this is.
And how did it go for you? Oh no!
Did you just say me?
How did it go for you? Is this about you? Is this the little boy, the little Dylan who could?
Shut up, James. Because Dylan could not. So. No, for me it went all right-ish. It's just I didn't necessarily see the point. Like in all honesty, I didn't see the back end of that. Of okay, it's building confidence, or because it wasn't necessarily fun standing in front of people and then blabbering about.
So what was your poem? Come on, here's good. Let's take us back. So when little Dylan was young on that stage, what did he rap about? What was he spitting bars about? What were these poems about?
A cat and a mat.
Yeah.
The cat sat on the mat. He would rather have a hat like Cat and the Hat. That is the rap of the shitty story involving a cat and the mat and not the hat. Boom.
Oh, is that what you as a child had?
No. That was the story of this young little boy. But in all honesty,
for all intents and purposes, we'll call him Dallin.
Dallin. No, but not to go into this that deeply, but no, it was probably something in the lines of that, but mine was normally in Afrikaans, so it was probably something about die kat en die mat en die huis en die meis en die it's normally just words that rhyme, and they don't even kind of make sense, especially not at that age. So yeah, so that's what the parents wanted for their little child.
So they wanted him to do the little shitty
They would
poems,
rather have him do that than do wrestling, for instance.
Okay,
or
all right.
MMA,
wrestling, MMA, happy slapping, bonfires, setting fire to other children, school shooting.
No, yeah.
Ballet? Would they have liked ballet?
No.
And
I'll tell you why, but this kind of segues into something else. But anyway, so after that, they figured, but they also didn't want to choose an activity for their child that could potentially get him into some hot water with the bullies, because kids are ruthless.
Yeah, they are. They'll come at you.
They'll come at you. So chess was then out of the picture, because they figured, right, chess not quite being a sport. I mean, people might make fun of him, but turns out that this particular boy was so bad at chess that the chess team themselves started making fun of him.
Oh,
so
no.
So, needless to say,
what
chess...
a fucking square. Oh, he's in a little chess class getting ripped about.
You can't do rook to queen 5. What a fucking nerd.
Yeah, it was a little troll again.
You're rubbish.
So, chess didn't work out for this little boy. So, the parents kind of reevaluated maybe the artistic kind of no-contact activities, and they figured, you know what, let's try and get him into racket sports.
Right, racket sports.
Right. Badminton, tennis, squash, pickleball.
God, now you're just showing
Yeah,
off.
no, yeah.
Now you're just showing off. You're like, yeah, wow, you're really
know my racket
you're
sport.
swinging out these racket sports.
But needless to say, he was terrible.
You fucking sucked at those.
Hand-eye coordination, absolutely.
That's probably why he was shit at
terrible.
chess.
Just
kept
on
picking up the
knocking
wrong
all the
bits. Knight to R5. Oh no, I picked up the queen again.
So the parents then even considered, just as a
Adoption.
shot in the dark, rugby. They figured, okay, he's quite a,
So right, he's not smart, he's not coordinated. So let's have the shit kicked out of him.
No,
for
they
80
figured
minutes.
he was a snippy little shit, and he could maybe he could play scrum off for the rugby
Nice.
team.
The short, gobshite ones usually do.
Yeah, so they put him kind of behind the bigger guy, so
Yes,
hopefully he's
yes.
protected. He's not too involved in the gameplay itself.
And he can chat
So-
shit.
Yes.
All game and get away with it. He can cheat in the scrum and just pass it to the number 8 and just completely get away with it, which makes their mood worse, makes them more like dickheads because they cheat every single fucking game and get away with it. They're the only fuckers who do, right? A pass goes
I hit the
forward by
nerve?
one. No, fuck them. Fuck, right? This is for you, scrum ass. If I pass a ball a millimeter forward, whistle. If I hit a tackle a millimeter high, whistle. If a hooker throws a line out a millimeter not straight, whistle. Those fuckers, they put it in the scrum, and if you don't know rugby, tough shit, right? They're meant to put the ball in the middle, at least ish. But it's completely no fucking point, Dylan, in scrums whatsoever. If you're just gonna pass it all the way to the very back of it, and they just get away with it, and that's why it makes them worse. They feel like they're invincible, like they're above the law. Like fuck you, referee. I'm gonna. It's a knock on. Oh, referee's line on there. Oh, referee's doing this. Oh, referee's doing that because they just get to do what the fuck they want. Fuck them.
There we go.
Yeah. So that was my tuppence.
There we go. Well, so standing at 9 and feeling very well protected, but the issue was, considering he had no coordination, he kept on kind of giving hospital passes to the rest of the squad, and that didn't sit well with them.
Mm-hmm.
So, needless to say, you can also very quickly turn on your own teammates and kind of overexpose them in the
showers.
in the showers, in certain circumstances. So, no. Rugby also didn't end up working for him. Now, I forgot to mention that he has a brother that he continuously wrestled with. So he did enjoy wrestling with his brother, watching WWE, as most of us did.
He was just a general young lad.
He was creative enough. He kind of enjoyed the move. He maybe didn't have the stature for it, but that was always kind of something that always interested him. That, and then the other part was music. Now, you would think the parents would do that at point number 1, but they obviously didn't write the story.
Yeah.
So-
No, they didn't. And maybe this will be you in the future as well. And to be fair, if the kid can't do chess, the kid can't do racket sports, and he's shit at rugby, I would probably not even brought musical instruments in at any point. I would have been like, this kid, I would have probably looked into postnatal abortion at that point and just be like, can we start from scratch? You know, can we... We've got no hope. We've got the brother who, I mean, he's not in this story, so I guess he's got something about him. So I would have think, maybe send him off to boot camp somewhere, put him in the army where they put all the other ones, and just see what happens. What happens?
So, all this, right? One day, as kind of time goes on, he kind of grows into his personality a bit, his snippy little shitness. And kind of grows up a little bit. But now, again, through this process, him and his brother have continued to wrestle. But on this particular day, they visit a friend of his mom's. house, and she has this beautiful old piano sitting in the lounge. Him and his brother start playing wrestling, and boom, suplex into the piano.
Oh, sorry.
Oh. I'm not even sure if that one works. Right. And on that day, after surprised by his own strength and his own technique, being able to shit whip his brother into the piano, on that day he knew he wanted to become a pro wrestler.
Beautiful. That makes total sense.
And from there on, the self-appointed nickname is he would be called the Pianist.
Wow.
Now, years later, he did try out for the WWE. Mm-hmm. He did present them with this name because he then worked at his craft and became quite a well-versed wrestler. But as soon as he mentioned his stage name, the Pianist, WWE laughed at him and said, "You know what? Let's not go with that because you might just get bullied. So we'll rather stick with the Undertaker."
So, woof, shush. Let's just do a magic noise there. So you're telling me that this is the origin story of
Kane and then the Undertaker.
Oh, it's okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because he was
his
the brother as well.
Yeah.
Why are the parents still alive? Because
why they?
Because it's very well documented, Dylan, that Kane and the Undertaker's parents
are not the same.
Died in a fire, in a vicious fire. Hence, therefore, they are people of the underworld and pure evil, and have crawled through fire, hell, and brimstone to eventually just wrestle in a ring, pretend with some other people. You know.
Yes.
Undertaker himself is from Death Valley. Everyone knows that. The hottest place on earth.
Yes, James.
I'm sure you're getting to that part, and I'm sure you're about to say that the fact that the parents died in a fire, right?
No, well, you know what? I can kind of do a segue, and I can say, okay, let's backtrack that story.
Okay.
And on that day, a beautiful old piano sat there. And he started playing and naturally picked up the sounds, the rhythm, the melodies of the piano quite easily. And that is the origin story of Elton John.
Oh, yeah. It was actually the story of Elton John.
I don't know. Take it, leave it. Use it, don't use it. Whoever you want, just plug them in there. It's fine.
Elton John or The Undertaker. Yeah. I guess it's what it is saying, that such a minor decision when you're growing up and you're a child, you can either go Undertaker or you can go Elton John.
But that's, again, it's about nudge from the parents as opposed to the preference of the child.
Ah, wow.
Boom.
What a beautiful message all the way through. Yeah. It's nudging at the right times. But at the end of the day, it's okay whether you become an Elton John or an Undertaker or a Dylan or a James. You know, there's many scales to this.
Thank goodness you said to James or a Dylan.
Yeah, or a Dylan.
No.
So, okay, we really went through the
phases, I guess.
The phases of how a child may or may not become Elton John, the Undertaker, or you.
Why are you laughing?
I mean, when they were going, the cat sat on the mat, and then he had the bat, and then
and not a hat,
and then I worked my lats, and I bet none of the teachers ever thought that you would be on an audio medium such as a podcast.
Not at all. Not at all.
But fuck them. Yeah. Hey, Dylan, fuck them.
Drop it down low with 3-word story.
The next story, Dylan.
Yeah.
Or the next.
Let's
words.
jump right into it. Like it.
Let's two-foot it. Let's two-foot it straight in to winemaking countrywide and nomads. Now,
and nomad. You see that's how it should be done.
It's not winemaking
yes.
country and then also wide and nomads. No, these are 3 words. 1 word, winemaking. 2 words, countrywide. And the 3rd word, nomads. That was 1 word. I made that sound like 2. That was really nomads. No, 0 mads. Nomads. So I thought, I honestly, I looked at these words, Dylan, and only one person popped to mind. There was only one person this could possibly be in
Tyson
the whole
Fury.
Not.
Oh, sorry, no.
Not so much.
Oh.
I don't know why, because there's only one person this could truly be.
Oh.
So if you remember, Dylan, a few episodes ago, way back when, I started to mold and create this brand new universe, this brand new team of gods and heroes on the clouds of Californias.
Yes.
And we had gods such as Jesus, we had Beyonce, and we had Stylos and Rihanna, and we found out the origin stories of Shakiris and her hips of
that don't
truth.
lie.
Yeah.
That truth.
Thanks, Dylan.
Yeah. Dylan, just shut up. He's got this button to his
just slightly out your reach, so you can't get it for when eventually I fuck up. So there was only one person that I could think of, Dylan, when it came to winemaking, when it came to being countrywide. And I didn't think just countrywide, I thought internationally wide. We all know this guy, especially in Georgia. They know this guy, this specific guy, and who is a nomad, digital, viral, music, film, television. This guy's everywhere. And of course, I'm speaking about Snopp Dog-ius.
That's funny. So Snopp Dog.
Snoop Dogg. So I don't know if I mentioned this last. Did I mention this on the other when I went to Georgia?
Well, you see, that's why I was confused. Anyway, it doesn't take much. I thought you meant like the state Georgia, not the country Georgia. But no, you did show me the image.
I showed you, but I don't know if I mentioned.
No, I don't think so.
On
No.
the podo here that we went to Georgia. I say we, not you and me, but we went to Georgia, and there was the best piece of graffiti that I'd ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah,
where clearly a fan, and I believe that they were a fan because you've gone out your way to graffiti a wall with Snoop Dogg's name, SNOPPDOG, famously so, but they managed to spell it Snopp Dog, as in SNOPP dog. So they even fucked the DOGG part.
Yeah,
so they had Snopp Dog, which will forever stay in my heart as one of the best pieces of graffiti, up there with Big Up Inzambard, with a 2D picture of Inzambard Kingdom Brunel, who was a great inventor, and he was a big guy back in the industrial age of British civilization. Created Clifton Suspension Bridge, steam engines. Okay. He was a genius. Yeah. And someone went out their way to graffiti a wall, just simply putting Big Up Inzambard.
Okay.
And a 2D picture of a guy with an enormously large top hat and a cigar. And I'm like, I like that guy. Yeah. I like you because you're not just being like, fuck tits piss all on the wall or a 2D.
Was it
penis.
actually on a bridge or something that
this was just on a wall in my hometown of Western-super-Mare?
No, because what I imagine then just him, I mean, if it was actually a bridge that was constructed or built, designed, whatever, by
Inzambard Kingdom Brunel himself,
then that would be even cooler. Like I would even commission someone to do. Like,
I'd commission that guy. Don't get me wrong, he wasn't quite Banksy,
okay.
but it was just. But
the idea.
But if anything, I like it more that they have just gone to the back of a club in Western-super-Mare that's got nothing fucking to do with anything, and decided to go Big Up Inzambard. And like no swearing, so no one can claim that it's offensive or taking the piss out of him. This guy has gone, I need the world to know about my appreciation for the great engineer that is Inzambard Kingdom Brunel in Western-super-Mare on the back of this fucking club somewhere. I hope it's still there.
Yeah.
I hope it's then taken as a national treasure, and I hope he is kind of Banksy is up there number 1, and this guy's probably down at number 4 or 5.
Sure.
And then internationally, Snopp Dogg guy can be down maybe 9 or 10. But these guys, I feel their passion in their work, their artwork has resonated with me, and it will stay with me forever. So big up whoever that graffiti artist was.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll do, maybe I'll go vandalize somewhere around here and just be like, big up that guy. Why is James serving 20 years in prison? He just wanted to big up the guy that did big up Ingzenbar, Kingdom Brunel, and West Superman.
But he did it. He did it.
So he did it. But he did as a true graffiti artist. So I wanted to add Snopp Dog-ius to our roster of wonderful California's modern day gods. He is, of course, as Dionysus was in the original Greek gods, he is the god of wine, but modernizing it up a bit, he's also the god of weed. It's Snopp Dog-ius, of course. He needs to be the god of wine and the god of weed. So you're probably thinking, James!
No.
Wow. Okay. I got the wrong vibe there. So I thought you were thinking, James!
Jeez.
Your words were winemaking, countrywide, and nomad. What has that got to do with Snopp Dog-ius? Well, let me fluffin' tell you. Nomad, he's a nomad. He's a musical nomad.
Yep.
The guy's a legend. Countrywide, worldwide, even in Georgia, people know about Snopp Dogg.
Yeah.
The people know about Snopp Dogg. So why winemaking? Well, Dylan, let me tell you. Snopp Dogg has his own wine brand. He has his own weed as well, but he has his own wine brand called 19 Crimes. And it's a smoky, steamy picture of his face on a bottle, looking very handsome, looking very wonderful. So he has his own wine. So this does all loop in, and it's all perfectly fine. So fuck you, more than anything. so that and that's that.
And that's my story.
I mean, I know that's not a story. So I thought maybe that by now something more would have come to the story on why that is. So look, I could maybe go into the fact that Snopp Dogg after Jesus and Bayonera, they had an argument in a lift. And maybe he comes to the party and he's like, "Hey guys, why doesn't everyone chill after your argument in that lift for whatever Jesus did? Have some delicious wine and weed." Cause Snopp Dog-ius is, of course, the god of wine and weed. Maybe I could go down that route. Maybe I could say that at this party, he's just out in the background telling people to, like, drop it like it's hot, bitch, please, and it maybe just turns up the heating because he just wants to make you sweat at the end of the day. So I could, so I could probably go down that avenue, and I already have. So Dylan, we are in the big party on Mount Californius. Okay.
Yes.
I want you to take the realms of our brand new god. That you are going to be Snopp Dog-ius himself, okay? And I am going to take the realms of the god of gods, Jesus. Now, what you got to know about these particular gods, okay? These guys have shared the melodies of the world as we know them, and they speak in their song titles. So I need you to have a discussion with me. I want people to feel like they are at the party. I want them to feel like that they are at the party of God of Gods in Californius, and that they are amongst the gods talking in their song titles. You get me?
I got you.
We're going to get this. So, okay. We're at the party. We're having a little dance. Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, hey, man. Hey, man.
Yo, what's up, brother?
I'm feeling a bit numb.
You feeling a bit numb? Yeah, man. You know it. You know you gotta drop it like it's hot.
Shit, man. Seem like you run this town.
Yeah. What's my name?
Man, that's why I love you.
Yeah, you know it. I'm young, wild, and free.
Oh, yeah, you're forever young.
You're still a G thing.
Oh, man, you're going to make me go ape shit.
Yeah, okay, wait. Who am I?
You're Otis.
Could have just gone with I'm Snoop Dogg. Okay, but no worries, man. No worries, man. Listen, you might. I don't know why I'm going southern, but yo, cuz, mind grabbing me a gin and juice?
Girls. That's what we do.
Yeah, man. Nothing but a sensual seduction.
Yeah, well, that's a nice public service announcement you got there.
Bitch, please.
Oh, well, you know, we can have a takeover or a Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, maybe a California roll.
Oh, man, you're big pimping.
Yeah, you know, I smoke weed every day.
Oh, man. Snopp Dog-ius, I'm so drunk in love with you.
Yeah, man. The signs. I'm telling you the signs.
This can't be life.
Yeah, you know what my dad always used to say? From the church to the palace.
I thought you were going to tell me the story of OJ.
Is that a song? No,
Yeah.
No, but it's a doggy-dog world, man.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair enough. Look, I think I've got no church in the wild anymore, is my issue.
Yeah, but let's just skip to the next episode.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to song cry. I've had a hard knock of life. But I believe it's 4:44 now. So I think I'm going to take over and do it my way because that's what we do.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Snopp Dog-ius.
Oh, shit.
Wow. I mean, you would have barely have known that those were song titles because it just went so well and so smoothly all in one go. Like you would never have known that was...
That was actually a live conversation between Snoop Dogg and...
Yeah, oh yeah, no, it was, yeah. You could tell by the accents.
Yeah.
Those were...
a mixture of fucking Georgian and...
but the other kind of
guy
Georgian.
Like the guy from Tennessee, and then he tried to be a bit more hood, and then he was like, no, wait, I'm actually not, and then, so it was a lot of... it was a lot.
Yeah, I think it's what they call in the automobile industry a car crash.
That's fair.
But hey, these happen, Dylan. So we've gone through just a conversation there on Mount Californius. We're delving more now into the roster that we have on these new versions of gods. And who knows, maybe next time we'll have a greater in-depth story. We'll see, though. We'll see.
Yeah, sure.
We don't know. We can't be certain.
100%. I'm actually pretty sure we can go even more in depth into the conversation we just had. I think I honestly enjoyed that conversation. I felt it made sense.
Okay, well, listen back to it. Let us know. Let us know on the 3-word story at gmail.com. Did that make sense or not?
Yes.
And let us know in the comments below.
Dylan, I'm not fucking speaking to you. That's why I just gave the email address.
Yeah, Dylan, why you fucking email me? BigD@69.com. Fuck's sake. So what we doing next time? What are we on now? It's beginning of November. This will be it's fucking December. Gee whiz. Next one's going to have to be Christmas special.
Christmas special.
What are we doing? What are we finding?
I don't know. Are we doing something Father Christmassy? Where would you have the elves do certain things? No, that's not Yes. What do you mean? That before you push the button, that's a win.
Oh, was it? Why is it not working? Oh, fuck.
We haven't been recording for the last half an hour.
So, Dylan, you would like the next ones to be where would you molest an elf?
I didn't say that. Nobody. No.
I would go to Pitcairn Islands. Oh, So my words are winemaking, countrywide, and nomad. So right, so let's try that one again. All right, okay. So let's say global warming's kicked in. North Pole's fucked.
Yes.
Start to sink.
Where are we moving the operations?
Exactly.
Yes.
So we need to think about where you're going to get away with it. Okay. What kind of climate is going to be suitable enough for your elves so you can touch them up? Where it can be super secret, where you can take off from. And,
distribution, yes.
And bearing in mind, you can't just go to the South Pole. I'm just going to fucking get that one out of the way now. Right? That's melted too. So you don't just be like, fucking go to the South Pole. So fuck you. So we've got to think where is a good distribution center?
Sure.
Like DPD or FedEx, they need to be in good places to get around. Transport links, maybe. I'll let us decide. So we're going to have to think for a Christmas special.
Oh, we don't have a jingle for that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about one more time. For next week on our Christmas special. Fuck, I've really fucked this. A hard riff. Come on, hard riff. Hang on.
Oh, there we go. It's been playing the whole time. You just...
there we go.
All right.
Fuck me. See you next week for our holy shit. Hopefully we get it better next week. Christmas special. Any last words, Dylan?
No.
Drop it down low. 3-word story.
Boom.
Drop it down low with 3-word story.